This is Abe Friedtanzer from cinemadailywest.com, and I'm thrilled to be speaking with Dale Dickey about her performance in A Love Song. How are you, Dale?
I'm great, Abe. Nice to meet you. Thanks for having me.
Of course, I had the pleasure of seeing this film virtually at Sundance, and it's nice to have followed it along its journey through a number of festivals and now to release with Bleecker Street.
Yeah, what a crazy ride. I'm just, how could you not be happy that a film like this is somebody picked it up and is going to have a wider audience? It's been a beautiful ride. I'm so glad people are taking to the film.
What attracted you to the story originally?
Well, I got a love letter basically from Max asking me to do this role. He admired my work. It was just so heartfelt, and I could tell from the letter what a good human being he was, and read the script, and it was just so beautifully simple and sparse and quiet and pure and a lead role for me. I've never gotten the chance to play this vulnerability and this quietness, and it's fairly close to who I am as a person. So that was a little scary, plus doing the lead role. But yeah, I had to do it. I was scared of it. I had to do it. It was what an amazing opportunity. I owe the world to Max. I won the lotto and with working with Mr. Studi. So there you go.
I had the chance to speak with Max, and he said, I think it was your words, that you're normally the character busting in for 5 minutes with a chainsaw.
Right. or a shotgun out of a trailer with a load of beer behind me. I don't know.
but I know that he also saw you in Winter's Bone. That's what inspired him to reach out. Do you think, I mean, that role is really very different from this one, right?
It is. I think what he saw in that, and I have to say, because I mean, Deborah Granick is one of my heroines. Max reminded me quite a bit of Deborah in his approach. They're both very kind and gentle and extremely cerebral and detailed and passionate. In Winter's Bone, you see some vulnerability. Obviously, Miriam is an extremely strong woman character, but there also had to be some softness and vulnerability. And every role I've played, I try to bring some dignity and respect and humanity to whatever walk of life I'm portraying. There's goodness in everyone. We're all there for different reasons. So this was just an expansion of that in a different way.
And I do think that actually it has some things in common with another one of Deborah's films, Leave No Trace, just thematically and just sort of embracing the less in nature around.
It is. They both embrace people that are marginalized, stories you don't always see. You don't see middle-aged love stories or people that are living off the grid, and they're both enthusiastic about including the environment and the people that live there. And I think it makes for a really truthful, beautiful storytelling, which is my job, is to tell his story and do it well. And I did my best.
Did he surprise you at all as a first-time feature filmmaker?
No, I think he surprised me at how freaking smart and great he was. One of the best things is, Max had gone to undergrad school and I think studied theater and history at Stanford, then went to NYU Film School. And at the film school, they give you a team of like 5 people and you work for years together, well-oiled machine. So he brought a lot of his crew. They'd all done each other's work. They knew each other very intimately and how they work. And so it was a well-oiled, passionate, professional, young, energetic team. And I wish I could point the entire crew out directly, but it was a small group. And then Max, besides that, surrounded himself with a group of friends that he'd grown up with that have made 2 of his short films. It's a very personal film for him. And that whole energy just made it feel really special and like a family.
What was it like working with Wes Studi?
I was scared of Wes because Last of the Mohican scared the bejesus out of me. So I was expecting this, warrior coming with a tomahawk and, the stupid image. But he's such a kind, gentle, funny man and smart. And luckily we got along. We shared a house together because of the bubble. We had to be secreted in this farmhouse, and thank God we had the same politics. We would watch the news and yell at the TV, watch Jeopardy, cook. He's a good cook. And just relaxed. Didn't talk too much about the characters because we wanted that to be fresh and organic when we got to set. So we got along naturally, as did we both with Max. We all communicated really well together. So pretty lovely experience.
Have audiences responded to the film in a way that you've expected so far?
I think more so. I've done a lot of smaller film festivals around the country the past few months, and it generally tends to be an older audience, older art house crowd, people who are of the age where they perhaps have lost a spouse and living alone, even though everyone can relate to grief and loneliness, and particularly during COVID. I've said this before. This is an important film. People have been really isolated, and some friends I know have become like hermits. It's like I can't possibly go out into connection anymore. So it's about connecting with people so that love continues and you can move on. It gives you strength and hope. I've been thrilled by the response, and I hope that young people will stick with it, even though it's a quiet film and they're on their cell phones and we use the mail. Stick with it, kids. Go spend some time in nature. It's a whole beautiful thing.
Well, the scenery is really pretty incredible. Was it? What was it like shooting in Southwest Colorado?
It was perfect. I love the outdoors. I grew up in the Smoky Mountains in Tennessee, and my husband and I camp a lot in California. So it just fed my soul as Faye. I love being in that. It was hotter than hell. The crew had to wear their masks all day, so kudos to them. But yeah, they always talk about, finding those moments. Usually if I'm on a set and I have a dramatic moment or something, it's like, I have to find a place with these 200 people and cameras to be quiet. I can't. On here, it's like, I'm just going to go over to this rock or this bush, where I can be quiet and silent. And it was perfect. It was glorious. It was Faye. You needed that. That's the whole. You're alone and you're isolated, but if you can just be silent and still and present with the beauty around you, there's so much love and glory in that, I think.
Does the experience of making this film make you want to take on more lead roles?
Yes and no. I've been a kind of a journeyman actor where I take what roles are offered me. I generally need the work. I can, there's a few times I turn things down. Usually it's because they want nudity, and I'm like, not at my age, not gonna happen. Why do you need to see that? But it's a challenge. It is a responsibility. I feel like now I know I met the challenge. And of course, I'd love to do more lead roles. There's certain people I'd love to work with and directors, but I just like to work and do good work and tell good stories and learn every time I go. So whether I'm sweeping somebody's floor or I'm saying one line or it's my film, I'm there.
Well, I know that one of the projects you have coming up very soon is something completely different, and that's the Prime Video version of A League of Their Own. Can you preview anything about that and your role in it?
Yeah, I play the girl's chaperone, who is teased a lot in the original movie. But doing research, the chaperones were their be all and end all. They took care of them. So being the chaperone, I'm in every scene with them. So they wrote, even though I'm a recurring character, I've been written into every episode because the chaperone's always there. They were there with them entirely, except in the privacy of their own rooms and if they snuck out at night, which they tended to do. But it's a period piece and it's a wonderful, wonderful, empowering story. And the girls are terrific. And I had a great time playing. She's, she's very military. She's a sergeant, she's very strict, wears a suit and her hair's in rolls. And I really enjoyed it. The girls are terrific. I think it's going to be a really exciting series. Very, very proud of that and lucky to have been a part of it.
Do you have anything else coming up that you'd like to share?
Nothing else that I know is coming out. Since COVID, this was my first job into COVID, was Max's film, and it was a whole new guinea pig experience. They handled it brilliantly. We were all nervous. I was like, I am not getting on a plane to come to Colorado. I will drive there. But And then I did, besides League of Their Own, I did a film called No Exit in New Zealand, which is on Hulu, which I got to work with the great Dennis Haysbert and some terrific young actors. I got a couple of smaller gigs filming in New York, some TV stuff, and just auditioning, doing self-tapes, knocking wood, and hoping something else comes along.
Wonderful. Well, for more great content like this, you can subscribe to the Cinema Daily US YouTube channel. A Love Song opens in theaters on Friday, July 29th. Thank you so much, Dale. It was really nice to speak with you.
Thank you, Abe. Thanks for your support, darling.
Of course.
Take care.
Take care.